price point that your family would like to hit for their new wake boat, you're going to want to look at a lot of the features that come with each model as you step up. And this ultra luxury boat, we're going to get a lot of the options like flip seats, built-in refrigerated coolers, power towers with 4 tower speakers, RGB lighting throughout. You're going to have wireless charging pads in almost every corner of the boat, as well as a flip surf seat and a pull-out table, and many more. A lot of these options you're just not going to get on that entry-level boat. Something to consider is that it's not always going to be the boat owner driving the boat. You want the operation at the helm to be as easy as possible to learn. Here on this boat we have cruise speed up and down, surf wave up and down, as well as all your audio controls on the right side. I also have a stern thruster here on my throttle to make docking and driving as easy as possible.
When looking at a wake boat, you also want to know where you're going to put your stuff. So storage is important. Where you're going to put your boards, your bags, coolers, deep storage, both sides, uniform on this boat, right? So every boat does storage a little bit differently, and you kind of got to learn, hey, where am I going to put my stuff? Another deep storage compartment here, and this is, again, all for internal goods, maybe fenders, dock lines. I'm leaving some storage out. I'm just showing you the big ones here. If we go to the back of the boat, I want to show the locker. So this is called a surf locker. Some boats do this. This is cool because if you have a nice fiberglass board, you know, an expensive one you want to keep nice, you've got little holders that will hold your board, or you can fold those away, and I fit up to 4 surfboards in there. You can do 4 on top. You can see on top on this boat, we actually have 2 foils, and I could do 2 more surfboards. And if that wasn't enough for boards, optional board racks, spinning, clamping board racks, if you want, on this boat. From there, we're going to hop to another boat, point out storage. So in this boat, we'll start in the aft, and I'm just going to say what I would use the storage for. So big storage compartment, wet life jackets. Well, cover in this case. Normally, I'm not taking a cover with me. That would be more life jackets, bags, maybe fenders, right? In this boat, I've got board racks, spinning, clamping board racks. There's 4 boards up here. I can do 2 more on top of the bimini if I needed to. I actually have, we can go and count, I think there's 6 or 7 boards in here. So number 7, right? So we'll leave those there for now. Let's hop to the bow. Sorry, you're gonna have to step over me. Ooh, stop right there. Cooler in the floor with its own soft set cooler in this boat. And this boat has storage in the floor, which is nice as well. Could put some skis in there. And each side is gonna have deep storage that's uniform with a filler cushion. So hopefully this helps when you are looking at your boat and thinking about where you're gonna put your stuff, your boards, your fenders, your life jackets, etc.
One of my favorite parts of picking and choosing a wake boat is going to be all the color options available. A lot of your basic colors are going to be included in the price of the boat. As you go down to a lot of your flake and more extravagant colors, there's going to be an upcharge. The same goes for the vinyl options. A lot of your whites, grays, and blacks are going to be included in the price of the boat, and as you go to more colored options or cool feel vinyls, it's going to be an upcharge.
And a lot has to do with price is what's actually pushing the boat, right? So in this ultra luxury model, we've got a 575 horsepower motor. You need that power because in the higher end surf boats, you typically weigh more because you have more freeboard, you typically have more ballast and more gear, and therefore you need that power to push the boat through the water. And since we've got this power, then we're gonna go to what really matters on these boats, and that's the actual surf system. So let's get to the back of the boat. So now that we know we've got the weight of the boat, a lot of ballast in these ultra brands, and we get to the bottom of the boat to see what actually shapes this boat, right? So there's 2 ways to shape a wave. We're gonna have 2 types of system. On this boat in particular, it's a 3-plate system where each starboard and port tab work independently, and you have a center tab as well. They will move down to shape a wave on the opposite side. So if I'm surfing on the left, my right tab's going down. If I'm surfing on the right side, my left tab's going down. And my center tab might tweak itself a little bit. Some brands also aren't just a surf system, they're also a trim tab system. So not only will it surf your boat, but you can actually fly your boat left and right if you have more people sitting on one side than the other. And now let's talk about what's actually pushing the tab, the actuator. Some brands will use different actuators. This boat company uses a Lenco actuator, and a Lenco actuator is a good option if you want to have a price point for a great wave and you leave some of the adjustability out of the way. If you go with a Parker actuator on the other boat, it's a completely adjustable tab, so you can move it anywhere you want it to. Notice on this boat that this boat has powder coated undergear, so you could do any color you wanted. This is white, and this is going to help for corrosion down the road. Also notice and ask the question, does my surf boat have a thruster system, and specifically a stern thruster system? You're going to want it because parking these boats with how heavy they are has become cumbersome with wind. So a thruster system is your friend, and if you're new to boating, you're definitely going to want to find one with a thruster.
The second most important part of any wake boat is going to be the transom area. It's where you're going to spend a ton of your time getting in and out of the water. It's how you're going to exit and enter the boat. There's a ton of features between different makes and models that are going to differentiate between each boat. On this boat here, we're going to have flip up seats in the rear for when you're coving out that actually flip either direction. You're going to have a board locker storage that makes organizing and storing your surfboards a breeze, as well as a multi-step cascading platform to get in and out of your boat. There's also going to be a flip-down swim platform that's powered by an easy button here on the transom for making getting in and out when you're in the water a breeze.
All right, so in conclusion, when you're buying a surf boat, it's important to consider a lot of things. Do you have the dealership to support you? Do they have the service department that's open 7 days a week? Do they have the pro shop? You need to consider how the boat actually creates a surf wave, what the layout's like in the boat, what the level and the price range of the boat is for you, the customer, and that's all going to add to the total value at the end of the day. And you really want somebody who is going to have the entire package, right? So someone that's going to go out with you, teach you the stuff on the water, and then support you after the sale for years to come for you and your family.